Hi everyone. Today I want to tell you about the most important space event of our lifetime. I want to talk about the interstellar object called 3I Atlas. This visitor has broken many rules of comet science, and now it is only a few days away from its closest pass near Earth. I want you to know why scientists are confused, and I want you to know what might happen next. If you want to stay updated, make sure you follow and stay with me. This story is moving fast. It is January 2026 right now, and the whole world is waiting. We are all looking at the sky. This is the day when 3I Atlas will come closest to Earth. But this is not just a normal rock passing by. This is not a simple comet. New data from many observatories is coming in, and every new report brings more mystery. Scientists are moving from strange to impossible. Let me start with the breaking news from Japan. JAXA, the Japanese space agency, has shared new information. They used their X-RISM X-ray observatory to observe 3I Atlas. They expected to see a cold, dark object, but that is not what they found. They found an X-ray glow around the object. A huge glow. The glow spreads more than 400,000 kilometers around it. This is more than the distance from Earth to the Moon. This object has a giant halo of high-energy X-rays. Scientists say this glow might come from solar wind hitting gas. They call it charge exchange. But here's the problem. We have never seen X-ray emissions like this from any interstellar object before. This is the first time. And when they studied the X-ray colors, they saw something else. The glow has too much carbon, too much nitrogen, too much oxygen. This is not normal. Why is this comet glowing in X-rays? Why does it have a bright halo like a plasma shield? If someone built a high-energy protection system, maybe our sensors would see something like this. This does not look like a simple icy rock. This is the first anomaly, and it is a big one. But it gets stranger. Let's talk about the anti-tail. Normal comets have tails pointing away from the sun. The sun pushes dust and gas outward. But 3I Atlas has something unusual. It has another jet pointing toward the sun, a sunward jet. And this jet is not new. It was visible before the comet came close to the sun, and it is still visible now as it moves away. This anti-tail is still there. This is not supposed to happen. Small dust particles should be pushed away by sunlight. They should not stay in a straight beam pointing at the sun. But this jet is stable. It is narrow. It is strong. It is well-shaped like a column. This makes no sense if the object is natural, unless it is not a tail at all, unless it is a thruster, a retro rocket firing to change direction. Think about it. A passive rock does not aim jets. A rock cannot control rotation, but a machine can. The jets on this object do not smear or curve. They stay steady. This means the object keeps a specific orientation. It keeps a fixed direction. The question is, what is it pointing at? The sun? Earth? Something else? Now let me tell you about the material. Scientists looked at the light from the object to see what it is made of, and the composition is wrong. It has too much nickel. Way too much. The ratio of nickel to iron does not match normal comets. It looks more like stainless steel. This is not a natural space mixture. It looks industrial. The ratio of nickel to cyanide is also far higher than any known comet. Nature does not make stainless steel in space, but civilizations can. If we built a hull to survive millions of years in interstellar space, we would use strong alloys. We would use metals that can survive dust hits and high-speed travel. Is that what we are seeing here? Are we seeing the signature of a manufactured surface? Now let's look at its origin. This is very strange. When scientists traced its path backward into space, they found something shocking. It came from the same area of the sky where the WOW signal was detected, the famous radio signal detected in 1977. It was the strongest possible sign of alien communication ever found. It was a one-time signal. It never repeated. And now, almost 50 years later, an object arrives from that same direction. The chance of this being random is less than 1%. Is 3I Atlas the response, or was the WOW signal the announcement of its journey? Now let's talk about the orbit. This object is moving in a retrograde orbit. It is going opposite the planets, but its path lines up with the flat plane of the solar system. It is aligned within 5 degrees. Interstellar objects should come from random angles, not from the exact plane where our planets are. This looks like targeting. This looks like navigation. The chance this happened by accident is only 0.2%. It passed Mars. It passed Venus. Now it is coming toward Earth. The timing is perfect. It arrived at a moment when it could use the gravity of planets to adjust its path. It looks planned. It looks designed. There is another important date, March 16th, 2026. This is when the object will pass near Jupiter. The distance will be 53.6 million kilometers. Jupiter's gravity zone, the Hill radius, is 53.5 million kilometers. It will pass exactly at the edge. This is the perfect place for orbital maneuvers. It is the ideal point to release probes. It is the ideal point to change direction. Is 3i Atlas a mothership? Is it carrying smaller objects? Its nucleus is large, much larger than Oumuamua or Borisov. It is massive. It is fast. It moves in ways gravity cannot explain. It speeds up and slows down without a natural reason. Comets can do this when they release gas randomly. But this object has steady jets. It looks controlled, not random. Scientists are confused. Some try to explain it using old comet models, but they ignore the metals, they ignore the orbit, they ignore the X-ray halo. But many researchers are starting to ask the hard questions. If something looks like a machine, moves like a machine, is made of metals like a machine, why are we calling it a rock? As the date gets closer, the questions get bigger. December 19th is almost here. This will be the closest pass of 3i Atlas near Earth. The moon will be new, the sky will be dark. It will be the perfect night to observe this object. Every telescope will be looking. Big telescopes, small telescopes, professional astronomers, amateur sky watchers. Everyone will point their cameras at this object, and then we will finally see the truth. Will we see an icy surface, or will we see structure? Will it look natural, or will it look engineered? Will we see lights? Will we see shapes? Will we see geometry that does not belong on a rock? Right now we do not know, but the X-ray glow from JAXA is only the first clue. As this object comes closer, more data will arrive. If this object is not a rock, then December 19th could change everything. Now I want to talk about something happening on Earth. This is a different mystery. It is not in space. It is inside science labs. This week, 2 huge scientific experiments released their results. These experiments were called Micro Boone and Catherine. Together, they cost about $90 million. Their goal was to find something called a sterile neutrino. A sterile neutrino is a ghost particle. It does not interact with matter. Scientists thought it might exist because some old experiments had strange results. To explain those strange results, they invented this new particle. So they built giant machines. They spent years testing. And what did they find? Nothing. The experiments did not find the particle. The sterile neutrino did not appear. It does not seem to exist. But no one made fun of these scientists. No one said they were crazy. No one said they were wasting time. Everyone said, "Good job, you tested the idea. Now we know the truth." It was considered good science to explore a strange idea because of small anomalies in data. But now look at 3i Atlas. Here we have an object that shows not one strange thing, not 2, not 3, but 13 different anomalies. 13 things that make no sense for a natural object. It moves wrong. It shines wrong. It is made of the wrong materials. It has the wrong orbit. And when a Harvard professor says, maybe it is a probe, the scientific establishment gets angry. They call it nonsense. They refuse to publish papers. They laugh at the idea. Why? Why is it okay to spend $90 million searching for a ghost particle, but not okay to investigate a 10-kilometer object in our own solar system? This is what we call the arrogance of expertise. Let me explain it in a simple way. Imagine you are an expert on rocks. You have spent your whole life studying rocks. If I show you a smartphone and you have never seen technology, you will try to explain it as a very flat, very shiny rock. You will build complicated theories to make it fit your rock knowledge. You will say, maybe the shine comes from a rare mineral. Maybe the glass is formed by lightning. Maybe the lights inside are glowing crystals. You will try to make it a rock because that is all you know. This has actually happened in real life. When Elon Musk launched a Tesla Roadster into space, astronomers later saw it and cataloged it as an asteroid. They thought it was a rock. Only later did they realize, oh wait, this is the car we sent. They had to delete it from the asteroid list. If an alien astronomer saw that Tesla car, they would probably also call it a rock, because their textbooks also only show rocks. We humans have already sent 5 probes into interstellar space. Voyager 1, Voyager 2, Pioneer 10, Pioneer 11, New Horizons. We have sent our machines into the stars, even though we are still a young civilization. There are billions of stars older than our sun. If even a small number of them had civilizations, then the galaxy should be full of their objects. Their probes, their machines, their old debris, their lost tools, their version of a Tesla Roadster. So why do we assume that everything entering our solar system must be a natural rock? This is not good science. This is blindness. This is fear. This is refusing to accept that we might not be alone. We must consider the possibility. If we miss a sterile neutrino, nothing big happens. But if we miss an alien probe, we could lose everything. Or we could miss the greatest discovery in human history. This is not just curiosity, this is risk management. If 3i Atlas is a machine, we need to know, we need to understand, we need to study it, we need to observe it. Ignoring the possibility will not make it disappear. It only leaves us blind. So as December 19th gets closer, remember one thing. The data is real. The X-rays are real. The strange orbit is real. The metallic composition is real. The steady jets are real. The only thing not real is our fear to accept what the data might be showing us. The universe does not care about our feelings. It only shows us the truth. Now let me talk about another major anomaly. This one is about the rotation. Scientists measured the rotation of 3i Atlas. It spins once every 16 hours. A spinning object with jets should look like a sprinkler. The jets should curve, they should twist, they should make spirals, but the jets on this object stay straight. Perfectly straight, perfectly stable. They keep pointing at the same direction relative to the sun, even though the object is spinning. How can this happen? There are only two explanations. Either the jets are thrusters firing in perfect timing with the rotation, or the object is using active stabilization. This is not geology, this is engineering. Another anomaly is the path. After passing Earth, the object heads toward Jupiter, and the numbers are extremely precise. The closest distance to Jupiter will be 53.6 million kilometers. Jupiter's gravity zone ends at 53.5 million kilometers. It will pass exactly at the edge. This is called a Lagrange point maneuver. This is where you can do moves with minimum fuel. If you wanted to park a ship near Jupiter, this is where you would go. If you wanted to release a swarm of probes, this is where you would do it. Some scientists think 3i Atlas could be a mothership, a carrier, a seeder, a big object carrying smaller objects. Jupiter is the perfect hub. It has many moons. It has water. It has a strong magnetic field. It is a good place to hide. It is a good place to explore the solar system. If 3i Atlas releases probes in March 2026, we might not see them at all. They could be small, dark, fast, hard to detect, and we might only notice them when they are already here. Now let's talk again about the WOW signal. The arrival direction of 3i Atlas matches the WOW signal location within 9 degrees. The chance of this match is less than 1%. The chemical anomalies are less than 1%. The orbit match is less than 1%. Science allows one coincidence, maybe two, but 13 separate anomalies, all pointing to the same idea? That is not coincidence. That is a pattern. This looks like a flight plan. Step 1. Arrive from the WOW signal direction. Step 2. Do braking maneuvers near the sun. Step 3. Do a close pass near Earth on December 19th. Step 4. Head to Jupiter for a possible deployment in March 2026. This looks like navigation. This looks like a mission. On December 19th, we will know more. We will look. We will listen. We might see a signal. We might see a change in movement. Or we might see nothing. Just silence. A silent visitor watching us. Heading to Jupiter. Not speaking. Not stopping. Not explaining. The universe might be sending us a message. The question is, are we brave enough to listen? We have talked about the X-rays. We have talked about the strange orbit. We have talked about the metal composition. We have talked about the steady jets. Now we must talk about the future. What happens next? If 3i Atlas is just a rock, then December 19th will come and go. It will fly past Earth. We will take pictures. We will save the images. And then it will leave. It will fade into the darkness of space. We will go back to our normal life. No big change, no big discovery, just another comet. But if it is not a comet, if it is a machine, then December 19th is something else. It is a turning point. It is a doorway. It is a moment where history changes. If we get a signal on that day, everything changes. If the X-ray glow starts flashing in a pattern, everything changes. If the object suddenly changes direction, everything changes. If this object shows a shape we did not expect, everything changes. This moment is what scientists call ontological shock. This means a shock to our understanding of reality, a shock to what we believe about the universe, a shock to what we believe about ourselves. If we learn we are not alone, everything we know about humanity changes. Some governments might panic, some leaders might hide information, some people might be scared, some might refuse to believe it, some might celebrate, some might cry, some might deny. This is why so many experts want to call this object a comet. A comet is safe. A comet is simple. A comet does not ask questions. A comet does not change the world. A comet does not shock the system. But an artificial object, an alien probe, a visitor from another star, this changes everything. It means we are not the top species. It means we are not the biggest minds. It means we are not alone. It means we are one small part of a very big galaxy. To some people, that idea is scary, but to others, it is exciting. To me, it is important, because if there is even a small chance that this object is not natural, we must study it. We must watch it. We must not look away. We must not hide from the truth. We must not pretend it is just a comet because it makes us feel safe. The universe does not care about our fears. The universe will show us what it wants to show us. Our job is to observe. Our job is to learn. Our job is to be honest with the data. Now let me talk about the scientists who are not scared. There is a group called the Galileo Project. It is led by Professor Avi Loeb. These scientists are building new observatories, not to study planets, not to study stars, but to study things like 3i Atlas. They want to understand strange objects that behave like technology. They want to use better cameras, better sensors, better telescopes. They want to get real data. They want to bring transparency. They do not want secrets. They do not want information locked away. They want the truth to be open for everyone. They want the data to belong to humanity, not governments, not agencies, not a few people in a room, but everyone. And we, the public, have a job too. We must demand honesty. We must demand open data. The pictures from the Webb telescope belong to us. The readings from Hubble belong to us. The X-rays from JAXA belong to us. These things are paid for by the world. They are made for the world, so the information must be shared with the world. If 3i Atlas changes direction in December, we deserve to know. If it sends out probes in March, we deserve to know. If it shines in patterns, we deserve to know. If it stays silent, we deserve to know. Humanity has the right to understand what is happening above us. We cannot let fear bury the truth. We cannot let pride silence the data. We cannot let old ideas block new discoveries. The universe is too big for that. Now I want to talk about something important. Many people think aliens arriving is like a movie, a big ship in the sky, a loud sound, a big reveal, but real contact might not look like that. And when something challenges their whole worldview, people get angry. But science should not be like this. Science should be open. Science should listen. Science should follow the data, not feelings. Now let me talk about another important example. Do you remember when the first interstellar object was discovered? Its name was Oumuamua. That object also showed strange behavior. It did not have a tail. It had a weird shape. It changed speed without a normal reason. The Harvard professor Avi Loeb said, "Maybe it is a probe." And what happened? Many scientists got angry. They said, "No, that is crazy." But then later, more data came out. More anomalies appeared. More odd behavior was found. And now many people agree that Oumuamua was not a normal rock. So when Avi Loeb now asks questions about 3i Atlas, he is not doing something strange. He is doing what science should do. He is following the data. He is being honest. He is not scared of new ideas. He is not scared of people making fun of him. He is brave enough to ask, what if this is technology? We need more scientists like that. We need people who ask the questions others avoid. Because every great discovery in history started with a question that sounded crazy. Now I want to talk about December 19th again. This day could be very important. We will get new pictures. We will get new readings. We will get new information. If the object looks natural, we will see it. If it looks unnatural, we will see it. If it stays normal, we will see it. If it does something new, we will see it. This day is not just an observation day. It is a test for humanity, a test for science, a test for truth. Can we handle the answer? That is the real question. Now let's talk about what could happen. Here are the possible outcomes on December 19th. 1. The object stays silent. 2. The object changes brightness. 3. The X-ray halo pulses. 4. The jets change direction. 5. The rotation speed changes. 6. A radio signal is detected. 7. The object shows straight edges or structure. 8. Nothing happens at all. Any one of these would be important. But the last one, nothing happens, does not mean the object is natural. Silence does not mean normal. Because remember, the big moment might not be December. The big moment might be March 2026, when the object reaches Jupiter. This is when things could change. This is when the object reaches the perfect place for maneuvers. This is when it reaches the perfect place to release probes. This is when it reaches the perfect place to switch direction. This is when it reaches the perfect place to enter orbit. If this object is a machine, Jupiter is the target, not Earth. Earth might only be a flyby point, a scan point, a stop on the way, a small step in a bigger mission. Jupiter has many advantages for an alien probe. It is huge. It has strong gravity. It can hide objects. Its moons have water. It has stable Lagrange points. It is a perfect base. So if something wanted to explore our solar system, Jupiter is the best place to go. And that is exactly where 3i Atlas is going. Now I want to explain something else. A lot of people imagine alien contact in a dramatic way. Lights in the sky, a giant ship landing, a message being broadcast. But real science does not work like movies. Real alien probes would be quiet, small, efficient, hidden, silent, observing, learning, gathering data, and leaving. Just like how we send probes to other planets. Our probes do not shout. Our probes do not show lights. Our probes do not introduce themselves. They just observe. They scan. They record. They send data. If an alien civilization is older than ours, their probes would be smarter, more efficient, more quiet, more advanced. 3i Atlas fits that behavior. Now let me talk again about the 13 anomalies because this is the heart of the story. These anomalies are 1. A massive X-ray halo. 2. A sun-facing anti-tail. 3. Steady, controlled jets. 4. Perfect alignment with the solar plane. 5. Retrograde orbit. 6. Industrial nickel ratios. 7. Wrong metal composition. 8. Arrival from the WOW signal direction. 9. Non-gravitational acceleration. 10. Exact gravity assists near planets. 11. Precise closest approach timing. 12. Stable rotation with stable jets. 13. A perfect Jupiter edge maneuver planned for March 2026. These are not small things. These are not small differences. These are not things we can ignore. These are not things we can hide. Any one of these would be strange. All of them together form a clear message. A message that says, this object is not like other comets. A message that says, something new is happening. A message that says, this might be technology. Now let me talk about how the world will react if we get proof. Here are the possible reactions. Some people will panic. Some people will celebrate. Some governments will hide information, some will try to take control, some will deny it, some will lie about it, some will tell the truth, some will call it dangerous, some will call it historic, some will call it fake, some will call it the greatest moment ever. And this is why this topic is difficult, because humanity is not ready. Humanity has never faced something like this. But even if we are not ready, the universe does not wait. The object does not wait. Time does not wait. December 19th is coming. March 2026 is coming. This story is not stopping. This story is not slowing down. This story is not waiting for us to catch up. We must keep watching. We must stay aware. We must be prepared for the truth, whatever it is. Now, I want to talk about something very simple. You and I are living in a special time, a time where things are changing, a time where old ideas are breaking, a time where new discoveries are happening, a time where we might get answers to the biggest questions ever asked. Are we alone? Is someone out there? Has someone visited us before? Is someone watching us now? 3i Atlas might not answer all these questions, but it might answer one, and that one answer could change everything. We are not the first civilization to look at the stars. We are not the first civilization to send probes. We are not the first civilization to explore. We are not the first civilization to wonder. We are not alone in our curiosity, so it would not be strange if someone else sent a visitor here. Maybe long ago, maybe recently, maybe now, and maybe 3i Atlas is the proof. Now I want to explain why the government might be quiet. Some people think governments hide UFO information because they are evil, but most of the time it is fear. They fear panic. They fear losing control. They fear admitting that something exists that is stronger than them. So they hide, they delay, they wait. But this object is not a small light in the sky. This object is huge. This object is in the open. This object can be seen by everyone. This object cannot be hidden. This object cannot be denied. And that is why December 19th is important. The truth will not be controlled. The truth will not be blocked. The truth will be visible in the sky for everyone to see. Some people will be shocked. Some will be excited. Some will be scared. But everyone will see it. Everyone will know. I want you to be ready. I want you to understand. I want you to stay calm. And I want you to keep watching because we are close to something historic. This is navigation. This is design. This is planning. Now I want to explain why this is strange. If you threw a rock into the solar system from another star, it would come in at a random angle. It would not follow the plane of the planets. It would not align itself so perfectly. It would not hit the right gravity points. It would not do braking maneuvers. It would not maintain straight jets. It would not show metal ratios like steel. It would not arrive from the WOW signal direction. It would not behave like a machine, but 3i Atlas is doing all these things. Now let me talk about the possible mission. If this object is artificial, here is what its mission might be. Step 1. Travel through interstellar space. Step 2. Follow a planned trajectory. Step 3. Enter the solar system quietly. Step 4. Use the sun for braking. Step 5. Use gravity assist from planets. Step 6. Scan Earth during a close flyby. Step 7. Head toward Jupiter. Step 8. Release probes or enter orbit. Step 9. Continue deeper into the solar system. This is exactly what the object is doing. Now I want to talk about why Jupiter matters so much. Jupiter is like a giant shield. Its gravity protects the inner planets. Its moons might have life. Its system is rich with water and energy, and its Lagrange points are stable for centuries. If you wanted a long-term base in our solar system, Jupiter is the best location. Not Earth, not the Moon, not Mars, but Jupiter. And that is exactly where this object is going. Now let me talk about the WOW signal again. The WOW signal was a strong radio signal that lasted 72 seconds. It came from a place in space where there are no known stars that can produce such a signal. It never repeated, it was never explained, it was never solved. And now, almost 50 years later, an object arrives from that same area of the sky. The chance of that happening by accident is less than 1%. Now let me talk about what this means emotionally. Some people will feel fear, some people will feel excitement, some people will feel hope, some people will feel confusion, some people will feel nothing at all. All these feelings are normal. All these feelings are human. This story is not easy to understand. This story is not simple to accept. This story is not small. This story is huge. This story is historic. Now let me talk about the biggest point of all. The universe is full of life. Statistically, there must be millions of civilizations. Some younger than us, some older than us, some far smarter than us, some exploring, some traveling, some sending probes, some long gone, some just beginning. We are part of that universe. We are not separate. We are not alone. We are not the only explorers. We are not the only builders. We are not the only minds. 3i Atlas might be the first sign that we are finally seeing other explorers. Now let me talk about something personal. I believe we must stay calm. I believe we must stay curious. I believe we must stay united. I believe we must stay open-minded. Because if this object is a machine, it is not here to invade. It is not here to destroy. It is not here to conquer. It is here to observe, to learn, to study, to watch. Just like we do when we send probes to other planets. Now let me reach the final lines. We are at a historic moment. We are days away from seeing the truth. We are watching the sky. We are watching the data. We are watching the universe reveal itself. This might be the biggest discovery ever made. This might be the first contact moment. This might be the turning point for humanity. Or maybe it will be nothing. Maybe it will be a strange comet with unusual behavior. But the truth is this, we do not know yet. And that is why we must keep watching. We must keep learning. We must keep looking up. Because something is coming. Something big. Something important. Something historic. 3i Atlas is on its way. And we will witness the truth together. Stay with me. Do not blink. Do not look away. The universe might be speaking. And we must listen. We are now standing at the edge of a new moment in history. The sky is watching us, and we are watching the sky. The truth is coming closer every hour. In the next days, we will finally see what this object really is. Maybe it is natural, maybe it is not, but whatever the answer is, we will face it together, we will watch, we will learn, and we will remember this moment forever. So keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, and keep looking up, because the universe has something to show us, and that moment is almost here.